All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in game number 1 of the semifinals. We already cast the other semifinals, so we know that there's Bly waiting in the grand finals, of course. But in this semifinals match, a brand new best of 3 is in front of you for the Lycan League. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, we have EG's USA, Pro USA, XenoCider.
In the middle left, as the yellow Terran, it's Beastyqt.
So you know why Bly's, or not Bly, pardon me, why XenoCider's going to win this tournament, right?
Because it's President's Day?
Exactly. The patriotism is just greater than the rest of the world, and that's why America is #1!
Yeah!
I can't do this. I can't.
Well, we are #1, so I don't know what you can't and cannot do.
Just can you not say we?
America can do anything. Canada sucks.
Yeah, of course, Rifkin over here, Canadian, just trying to fit in, guys. I don't want them to,
Yeah, you all are nice and everything, but the more that I hang out with Canadians, the more that they just kind of make me think it's not all rainbows and niceness up in Canada, and I'm very disappointed.
What do you mean? What have I done?
Internet. You complain about your internet.
Oh, the
and,
internet is
healthcare
horrible.
isn't actually like that great.
I swear to God, I bet you Africa has better internet than Canada. I'm not even kidding when I say this.
So it really doesn't sound like a magical land of wonder that I thought it was. Okay, it's super disappointing.
Well, it's cold up here. If you're into that.
I'm not. I used to be like, that was my favorite season, mostly because there wasn't any bugs. I hate bugs. But now I really like being warm. Like I love it when it's summer and my parents turn off the air conditioner.
So do you wear 2 socks now instead of just 1?
For winter, yes. But for summer, I just like stay in like my pajamas that are like barely anything. Ooh, imagery. Ew. Can we just open the windows?
All right, well, guys, we have looks to be pretty normal openings so far. XenoCider pretty much exclusively seems to open Banshees. I mean, we do know that he's got 1-1 builds up his sleeve, but I don't really expect him to go anything crazy. For Beasty, though, this kind of goes back to him being the Elder Scroll player, talking back to his builds in Wings of Liberty. He was always doing really creative things for TVT specifically. Again, I kind of reference these old school Raven builds. I've seen him nuke rush once or twice in the history of StarCraft 2. I mean, he's done cool things. So what we do have looks like probably a Banshee opener from him. My fingers are crossed that maybe we see something a little bit zany.
A little bit Xeno.
Nope. Nope.
we do have a difference in openers though, like the Banshees versus the drop that XenoCider is pairing up for. But the best difference I can see though is that Beastyqt. Okay, well, his Reaper's going the wrong place first. That kind of sucks a little bit, but he is getting a Reaper. And that he'll be able to scalp that, you know, we don't have that awkward, like, do I send the Banshee home for defense or do I continue with the attack? Like, he'll be able to decide straight off the bat once Reaper sees what XenoCider is going to do. XenoCider also gets a free scout.
Really interesting to actually see the Hellion paired up with this, too. To just go for a Banshee is one thing, but for XenoCider's sake, he's probably wishing he had gone for Banshee, too, because his opponent's got no anti-air, no Marines clumped up.
Yeah. It would have just been an awkward Banshee versus Banshee and a Raven, so. Oh, well, there's the Reaper getting the good scout.
Where did the Widowmite get planted? XenoCider's pretty good at hiding them.
The front is natural.
Okay, just plants it out here. Not a bad choice for it, but...
I saw the Hellion. So
if he decides to go for the drop still, though, this... Ooh, he knew there was a Banshee coming. This does shock me a bit.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, they both know that they know each other, right? So it might be like a mind game over mind game, where XenoCider knows that Beastyqt will keep the Banshee at home to defend against this drop, since he doesn't have to. Yeah, that thing.
I guess that is a good move, though. It's kind of that roach move in ZVZ we see as well. You know, your opponent goes Mutalisk, so you don't have any anti-air, so you just attack to make sure that their Mutalisks stay at home. Same concept with the Banshee. There's no anti-air, so the medevac, there's no danger to this thing floating around all day.
This is stupid.
It is. There you go. Never happens, but he can't unload with Hellions waiting underneath this. All these units inside are light units, and they will just get fried up alive, so kind of limited on what he can do. Tries to get that Widowmine in there, but the Widowmine shot on SCVs is not that impressive. Won't even go off. Nice move out of Beasty.
Yeah, he still gets 2 SCVs for his trouble. I mean, as long as the medevac is alive and most of the Marines, then it's really not a big deal. Of course, the Banshee has been scouted for a very long time. He is missing a missile turret. You might think, why is Beastyqt going for a second Banshee? Well, because 2 Banshees can actually help out in a push if he decides to go for one, or in the defense too. Like, the Banshees are more useful than just SCV kills.
Yeah, they're really good at picking up tanks more than anything else, I'd say. But With the turret up and the Viking at home, this Banshee should really not get much of anything. Maybe an SCV kill or two as they are just off to the side or trying to build a command center, but I mean, for the most part, Xeno seems a lot safer, a lot better off. His command center's way ahead of Beastie's.
Yeah, that's the most important thing right now is they both, you know, they did their openers, they did, you know, moderate, small amount of damage really, and whoever got the faster CC.
Credit to Beastie, by the way. There's really good control on the Banshee so far.
Yo, that missile turret's dangerous.
The
I know he's a pro gamer and everything, but yeah, I would never do this. I just feel like that's gonna block the command center 100%.
Or it would get picked off by the Hellions to come to soft contain. I mean, there's a lot of reasons not to do this ahead of time, but okay, XenoCider. Okay, man.
He knows, man. It's like I still can't wall off with Forge Fast expands, which is why I never bother learning because I keep on messing the wall up.
Well, despite having that wall down, can he stop this? I mean, you can't exactly repair supply depots when there's Hellions up, but the tank does spawn. It looks like he will be able to hold. Doesn't even break a sweat putting that command center down, by the way.
Nice. Very nice. Keeps the SCV alive on the low ground. How?
I'm not sure what we had just missed because we're focused on the front lines over here, but it looks like those Marines came back for round 2 and got about 7 SCV kills from Beastie while this was all going on. So a little bit later to his command center, a little bit later to the expansion, and also down in workers. This puts XenoCider in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, pretty much similar to the last TVTV cast XenoCider where, okay, they both seem to survive up until 10 mids, but suddenly XenoCider had like a 40, you know, army supply lid. And maybe it won't be that big because XenoCider or Beastyqt, I don't think he's gonna go in the mech.
I think he is.
Yeah, he might actually. Now that I'm looking at what he has and how like the stim is.
That's
getting a medevac too. Is he gonna go ahead and push here?
That's the really nice thing I like about mech, though, is you really don't have to worry about your tech nearly as much. The stress of the timing for stim and combat shots, it's not really there. But one of the things you could do is try and get the siege tank set up on the low ground and start slowly elevating everything up to the main. But, you know, normally when we do see mech play, it is with air control going hand in hand with it. That's not the case for Beastie. So this is a really... This is a common drop with a little bit extra behind it. You know, the 2 tanks, 8 Marines, we see this come back into the game a lot. There's the potential of the Hellions running up through the natural, so whether it's distracting the front and dropping the main or vice versa, there should be some pretty good kill potential for Beastie. Unless he gets caught. Unless he gets caught, he can't take a Viking fight.
He has boost, though. He can get into the mainland, which is what he really needs. But the Raven going down... Oh, it uses up potentially. Like, either way, not having the auto turrets is very important for the defense.
Oh, and he slips in with the Hellions towards the natural.
Ooh, XenoCider is going to regret going.
I don't think this is a base trade you win in Xeno's position.
I don't think so either.
Hellions running back or corralling the SCVs. There's no mining going on whatsoever. His entire production is shut down. Meanwhile, back over Beastie, if he's got 2 tanks up, he's good.
Yeah, if XenoCider can control 1 command center and keep most of his SCVs alive, he'll be okay, but he was already lost a ton. Looks like the Vikings will save the SCV.
Oh, no!
Nope. Oh my god.
So many workers dying right now. Meanwhile, Secret Missile, gonna get a bit of damage done, but the SCVs will probably repair that up pretty quick. Unfortunately for Xeno, he just doesn't have that same damage production or potential because he's losing the main command center. He's lost a lot of his production buildings. He's trying to get a tank out. 1 tank, I don't think holds against this. You could drop on top of 1 tank.
XenoCider just loses this game now, and he can't break either the defense or the offense.
Oh, it didn't even lift the starport.
He's gonna lose all the CVs. I guess he will break it and actually take on everything because we're back from the Vikings, but.
If he didn't lose the workers,
one base.
Yeah, 1 base versus 1 base. There's no reason to say if he kept those SCVs alive. I think XenoCider may have been able to macro out of this had he kept the workers alive because both players are just gonna be oversaturated on 1 base. Bottom line, I mean that's 17 more workers that died. 34 SCVs doesn't matter on 1 base.
He's already down 10 workers, and the thing is that Beastyqt kept his command center alive. XenoCider didn't. If XenoCider had kept his SCVs and the command center, yeah, then you know, certain things could happen. But having lost both,
oh, he's gonna be in tank fire kind of position like that. A little bit awkward as both players siege on siege. SCV's being pulled to get those tanks set up. Autotrope's gonna go down to soak up a couple of shots. He tries to break this ramp.
It's nice.
He's gonna take out the tanks. Is that gonna be enough to follow through? XenoCider's tanks aren't reaching the last tank.
Is he gonna take all the tanks?
He's not reaching the last tank is the problem, though. His own tanks. He's going to drop the tank on top of the tank! Tank for tank! Tank for tank!
Has he really done it? Beastyqt is not building anything.
No,
There's
he's
no
not.
production.
He's building 2 Vikings right now. The factory's got nothing going on. Picks up the tank. He's been alive. XenoCider, are you serious
Oh
right
my
now?
God.
Are you the next?
Gonna do it?
XenoCider is a god right now,
Where was
Zombie
the
Grub.
Like, where's the other, like, the tank that's gonna pop out? We're like the Marines, I guess.
Oh, he actually
What,
loses
he
one
doing
of the
more
tanks. It's
barracks?
kind of funny. Yeah, 2 tanks
What?
across the... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. XenoCider just came back into this game in a big way because now BC's he's got 2 command centers. That's great, but he's got no SCVs. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, if he can hold with 1 tank, siege this tank
XenoCider's
up.
the one that's mining now. Like,
Oh no! Why fight like this? You're gonna siege up his favorite paradigm. What is going on? Okay, he's gonna actually. SCVs turned out to be pretty good versus tanks apparently.
oh, that mineral walk on the tank was so good too. Oh, you're so good.
He holds it
XenoCider.
home. And Beasty's evacuating to another base.
XenoCider's totally gonna win now. Holy sh!
This was Beasty's game! I don't even know how this threw. I just assumed, because we were focusing on XenoCider, of course, getting attacked at home, I just assumed he was continuing to produce. We saw this clump of units that was mostly SCVs not mining, again referencing back to the 34 count, but XenoCider is this. All he has to do is camp this with those 2 Hellions. Oh my god.
Assumed that the tanks would hold on the high ground. Like,
Me as well.
ugh. Even without the production, okay, the lack of production was a little surprising. I thought
my
BCD
God.
was okay on production, but even without it, I thought it was still gonna hold.
Champion of the Friday Night BM series, Captain America, Pro USA XenoCider, bringing this game back. And Beasty's lost everything. It's gonna be a Viking ground war, which, just side note, is hilarious. Nobody actually has the health to soak a hit from the Widowmine. The Widowmine will one-shot both of these units. This is about as scrappy as it gets, Zombie Grub. I've never seen this come down to this situation. XenoCider's now going back towards bio, because that's all he can afford to make. Well, this is...
Right, then.
I hesitate to call this because this should have been the other way
I know,
around,
right?
but...
Oh my god, I'm not calling anything more.
Yeah.
What if the Vikings does take down everything? I don't know. I don't know.
Micro on the Viking picks it up. Oh, drops it again! He's pulled into the fray. 2 tanks. Mules can't attack.
Oh my god.
What a game!
How did they break that? What
You know,
the